Picture life inside an upper-middle-class cul-de-sac split level circa 1969. The air smells of high karate with bass notes of mop and glow, and the kitchen is a temple of gleaming harvest gold appliances. Here, the future isn't just a concept, it's something that you can buy and plug into the wall. You're living in the space age, and every appliance promises to give you back the one thing that money can't buy: time. And yes, the dishwasher and the trash compactor are impressive as hell, but one machine feels like genuine sorcery. And it doesn't use fire, and it doesn't use red-hot coils. It uses invisible waves, and it cooks a baked potato in 5 minutes. I'm Philip Mershon. This is the Mid-Century Vault, and today we're unlocking the vault on the miracle of the microwave oven. The story of this appliance does not start in a kitchen. It starts in a laboratory in Waltham, Mass. Belonging to defense contractor Raytheon in 1945. Engineer Percy Spencer was testing a magnetron, a high-powered vacuum tube that generated microwaves for radar systems. And the story goes that Spencer stood in front of an active magnetron and he experienced something really weird. The chocolate bar in his pocket had completely melted. Well, being a scientist, he didn't just reach for the spick and span and a sponge. He reached for popcorn kernels. Well, when they started popping all over the joint, a new cooking technology was born and patented for use as an oven. And for Percy's efforts, Raytheon awarded him their standard remittance for inventors whose work resulted in a patent: $2. At the start, these things were almost the size of a Buick. I mean, they were like 6 feet tall and over 700 pounds, and they cost upwards to $5,000. They were strictly for use in commercial applications like restaurants and ocean liners. So Raytheon spent years shrinking the tech, and by 1967, their consumer products division, Amana, introduced the Radarange to the market. It was the first domestic microwave that could actually fit on a countertop, and in time would change the kitchen forever. But first came the big hurdle for the ad execs: fear. Maybe Radarange wasn't the best choice for a name because people were terrified of radiation. So to counter this, they didn't focus on the physics, they focused on the lifestyle. It was marketed as a luxury item. It was the second car of kitchen appliances. Luxury indeed. The original selling price was $495, which is about $4,800 today. They pushed the cool factor, not as in groovy, but that the oven stayed cool to the touch while the food got hot. It was demonstrated as a miracle at trade shows, always using paper plates to prove that the food was only being affected. Ads showed women cooking full roasts in minutes, suggesting that the microwave was the ultimate tool for the hostess with the mostess. Soon, as the prices on manufacturing materials came down, other brands like Whirlpool, Sears, Tappan, Magic Chef put out microwave ovens, flooding the market. And I suspect one of the biggest helpers to hype the consumer on the idea was that there were always prizes on all the game shows. And listen, let's make a deal. Sale of the century and The Price is Right wouldn't lead you astray by featuring a dangerous product. And we certainly found Perry Mason's old secretary Della, or rather actress Barbara Hale, showcasing features like Touchmatic controls and Cookmatic power shifts to be trustworthy. No, this was just the latest piece of goods owned by the Joneses, and, well, you had to keep up. The microwave didn't just change how we cooked, it changed what we ate. It turned the kitchen from a place of all-day labor into a high-tech command center. And for better or worse, it fueled the snack culture of the late 60s and 70s and paved the way for bachelor pads and working parent households of the decades to follow. It was the final piece of the mid-century dream: total convenience through technology. Even if that dream meant Gino's pizza rolls and Betty Crocker's Muggo lunch. You got any my first microwave or microwave catastrophe stories to share with me in the comments? You know, it means a lot to me that you take the time to join me in the Mid-Century Vault, and I'm asking to help a fella out by liking, subscribing, and sharing these episodes with your friends. And until next time, remember, life is a banquet. Just heat on full power for 60 seconds.